In the 2004 film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, directed by Michel Gondry, Jim Carrey plays a man named Joel Barish who discovers that his ex-girlfriend Clementine, played by Kate Winslet, has completely wiped him from her memory. In this video, we'll look at one scene toward the end of the film and explore how the subtext is written. Per usual, there will be spoilers to the film, so I recommend checking it out before proceeding further. When Joel discovers that his ex-girlfriend Clementine has wiped him from her memory, he soon finds that she had a procedure done at a firm called Lacuna, specializing in memory wiping. Weighed down by the pain of their breakup and feeling betrayed, Joel chooses to get the same procedure done. But midway through the process, he has regrets and decides he doesn't want Clementine wiped from his mind. As the Lacuna employees operate on him, Joel's consciousness takes form on screen, and we follow him as he tries to hide versions of Clementine inside other memories to escape the memory wipe. The film is an inventive and deeply empathetic contemplation on the loss and pain of failed relationships, as well as the difficulties we experience in being truly vulnerable to others. In the scene we'll explore, Joel has tried multiple attempts to preserve memories of Clementine, but they're failing as the Lacuna employees wipe one memory after another. So in this scene, we see Joel meeting with a memory of Clementine working in the bookstore as he tries to talk with her and reconcile his emotions. To explore how subtext is written in the scene, we can ask, what is the emotional center of the scene? In other words, what is the scene really about at its core? I think it's about Joel recognizing what he truly wants. He wants to have another chance at a relationship with Clementine. While undergoing the memory wipe process, he has relived many moments in their relationship, and it's changed him. He knows they made mistakes, and he also knows that his attempts to fight the memory wipe process is failing. Joel is nearing the end of his rope, and his core desires are coming through, and he's finding a way to express them. Also, when we look at subtext, we can first break down the story beats of what's happening on screen, and then we can correlate the subtext underlying each of these story beats. In the scene, the Clementine that Joel meets is both a memory of her and also a mental projection of her from Joel's mind. He knows her so well and how she thinks and speaks. When Joel offers to take her out, Clementine rebuffs him and tells him that he's married and that if he wants to be with her, then he needs to be with her. Joel keeps pressing, and she tells him not to put his baggage and expectations on her. She's owning up to her own flaws as a defense mechanism. It's a beautiful moment when Joel tells her that he remembers that speech so well. Subtext-wise, we're seeing Joel working out his own emotional hang-ups as he has this conversation with Clementine. He's trying to get an emotional response from her by pursuing, opening up, and confessing. To see the subtext, we have to look at the things that the characters are not saying directly to each other. As the scene progresses, Clementine tells Joel that she had him pegged. He says, "You had the whole human race pegged," which hints at how deeply he knows her from their relationship. Joel is reliving and remembering the intimacy he had with Clementine. This leads to a moving moment when Joel confesses that he still felt she was going to save him in their relationship. It's possible that Joel may never have said this so clearly to Clementine in real life, but in this moment, he's being extremely vulnerable to her in a way that he wasn't able to do so beforehand. Joel's vulnerability at this story beat sets up the next one where he expresses his desire to have another go at their relationship, and that this time it'll be different. It's a bittersweet moment because the odds are against him. Joel knows that he is failing to preserve his memories of Clementine as the Lacuna employees proceed with the memory wipe operation. In this moment, Joel is acknowledging his desire to make amends for his past mistakes with Clementine. He truly is expressing his love for her the best he can in this moment. Clementine responds to him by saying, "Try your best. Remember me. Maybe we can." While this version of Clementine is part memory and part Joel's imagination, she says the things he needs to hear to keep him motivated in pursuing his goal. That subtext also hints at Joel remembering some of the positive aspects of Clementine's persona. As Joel and Clementine draw close to each other, the film cuts to another wider shot showing Joel by himself. So we know Clementine has been wiped in this memory, as we also have seen the books around them get slowly wiped throughout the scene. So overall, this emotionally poignant scene in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is rich with subtext informed by Joel and Clementine's failed relationship, as well as Joel's newfound confession that he still loves her and wants a second chance. On the surface, the scene is a conversation between two characters, but it is really about one character wrestling with his burdens. It points to a deeper human need to be in relationship with each other in the face of sadness and unmet expectations in real life.